This farmer discovered something weird under his cornfield. Surprising discoveries of incredible animal hybrids. Here's a list of farmers who have caught or discovered two-headed calves in their fields. For example, Dwight Cruz, a farmer on a farm in Baker County, Florida, gave birth to a calf with two faces in 2015. The calf was named Annabelle and was born with two heads, four eyes, ears, mouth, and two noses because it had two brains that were not able to coordinate properly and could not feed from its mother. The farm owner decided to bottle feed the poor baby. It can also be genetic that it splits correctly during pregnancy, and usually such babies don't survive. Simba, the long-eared goat. An extremely cute-looking goat gave its owner the surprise of his life when it was born with unusually long ears at a farm in the southern city of Karachi. Mohammed Nassan Narejo, the proud owner of the beautiful goat in Pakistan, named it Simba in June 2022 and claimed that the goat broke all previous records for long ears with a length of 21 inches. It's just a baby, and the goat's ears are likely to increase in length as it ages, and the breeder is confident that Simba will break the Guinness World Records now that he claims he's made special covers for his goat to protect his long droopy ears from infection. The next super cow on our list is a mutant breed of Belgian super cow that was created in a collective effort. In the 1800s, Belgian scientists and farmers decided to crossbreed domestic cattle with short-horned bulls over time, selecting the largest and strongest animals of each breed and breeding them together, resulting in better and better results. The breed that had more muscle produced more milk and protein. The breeding was the result of a gene mutation that made it possible for the hybrid to produce 20% more muscle than the average cow. These cows, aka Belgian blue balls, have served their commercial purpose, but the animal is the mystery of countless health problems due to their large size, from Texas Longhorns to Alabama to Texas Longhorns. Steers are known for their characteristic horns that can easily stretch over 100 inches with an average horn span of 6 feet or more, while a 15-year-old horn span can reach an amazing 9 feet. Alabama holds the Guinness World Record for the longest antlers of any Texas Longhorn, with 6-year-old Poncho having antlers 10 feet 7.4 inches long. The Pope family raised it on a small-town farm, and it's claimed that she's a gentle giant who's not rude to anyone. You can clearly see people standing near the steer, and it's quite obvious how big the horns are. When you compare the strange baby nearby, an alpaca gave birth to a strange-looking baby in the UK in 2021. So much so that, for a while, even its mother was surprised by the slim baby. At birth, alpacas don't clean their babies, so the owner of the farm had to do it for the baby named Archie, born to the mother Inca. It was born literally just to dry a little because there's some air. It looks very weak, but the farmer later told everyone that it wasn't unusual for them to be so thin when dry, and they don't look so weak. The clip's been circulating the internet several times, claiming that it's an alien baby or a very rare birth. But let's get this straight. This is exactly what a baby alpaca's period looks like. Traumatic elephant CPR is probably going to be the most heartwarming thing you're going to see today. But the first thing you're going to see giving CPR to an elephant probably isn't when a farmer finds a pair of mother and baby elephants lying in 7-foot deep hole in Nakhon Naik in the province of Thailand. She quickly called for help from veterinarians, rescue teams, and a group of nearby farmers used a crane to extricate the mother elephant. The dramatic moment began when vets decided to give the mother a medically necessary CPR to save her life, as the 1-year-old calf desperately waited for her mother to wake up. After seeing a pregnant deer give birth to a healthy doe near his farm, the next day she was crying for her baby. The man was convinced that the fawn was inside a rabbit hole when he saw a rabbit hole and heard cries coming from it. And so, reaching in the grass hole, he grabbed the poor child by the neck and dragged him from the ground. The distraught fawn ran to his mother and the man went back into the forest, resulting in a happy ending to the humiliation of the two witnessing peasants. Bansar Naktanku found two tangled snakes near his farm pond mating on the fence that two king cobras had erected to protect their ducks from wild animals. Where two men helped rescue an 8-foot-long male snake and a 7-foot-long female snake, they became so entangled in the net that the rescuers had to slowly cut the ropes and materials around them while holding tightly to the snake's jaws. After some struggle, the snakes were freed from the fencing material and placed in two separate sacks and taken out for release in the wild. The story starts from Murang'a, Kenya, which is a city where many people are involved in farming and agriculture. In the agricultural farmland, there was a man named James Wills who sold pork products to the local market and had 6 pregnant pigs on his farm. The internet went crazy to see the last person who looked like a human-pig hybrid. But all this storytelling and event would have been very impressive if it wasn't a hoax. Yes, it was an art model by a German artist, and some people on the internet sold it as a pig-human hybrid. The story is very unfortunate, but anyway, let's move on to our topic about farmers who discover incredible things in their fields. A farmer found a mammoth skull in Chelsea, Michigan, while working in his field with a hoe. The named person, James Bristol, was completely unaware of the fact that he had accidentally hit upon the greatest archaeological discovery. But upon excavation, it turned out to be the world's largest mammal rib cage, and University of Michigan archaeologists were notified of the skeletal remains and immediately sealed off the area and spent a day excavating the site. The most complete mammoth skeleton ever discovered was probably alive 10,000 to 15,000 years ago. Early reports confirmed that the mammoth was between 11,000 and 15,000 years old and was killed by early humans who kept its meat in a pond to preserve it. The man's immediate reaction when he saw something found on a riverbank was one of extreme excitement because he thought he'd discovered a dinosaur eggshell. And we can't blame him for thinking that it looked like one, but it was so much more. Experts were called in for the biggest archaeological discovery of the decade, and the 20,000-year-old fossilized sphere turned out to be the armored shell of a glyptodont that was about 3 feet in size and 2 inches thick, had large spherical armored shells, and weighed up to a ton. They lived in South America for millions of years, have one of the most unique belief systems in the world, and an economy that relies solely on agriculture and tourism, the Tarajin people of Indonesia. Attention! These farmers have many unique burial customs, but the most amazing one is to bury their children in trees. This grave is for the child that died before teething in the remote area of Tanah Toraja, a mountainous region in southwest Sulawesi, Indonesia, where the practice is practiced. A South American farmer got the shock of his life when he found a strange baby pig among his litter of 8 pigs. The piglet had demonic features that looked like a human-pig hybrid and looked very weak compared to the other siblings. In the year 2000, an Irish farmer discovered that a baby lamb born on his farm looked a bit funny. A goat-like sheep suddenly realized that there were no other male sheep in the cave to mate with when his mother ewe was in heat, and the result of this strange, unusual mating was an incredibly beautiful and adorable baby called Gip, a crossbreed of a male goat and a female sheep. It had a goat's head and a sheep's body covered in thick wool. To extract water from this tree, the species is known to hold water in its trunk and is therefore sometimes called the bottle tree, and has the capacity to store up to 100,000 gallons of water and is well fed. Given the size of this giant tree, we really don't doubt that it stores water for its spongy powder and uses the stored water to survive in the arid climate of northern Tanzania. Trees are quite amazing in all possible ways to extract clean water from them for our planet to drink. Sacred crocodiles are considered the most sacred reptiles on the planet by the villagers of Basul in Africa. If you visit this area, you'll see small children playing with huge crocodiles and feeding them. A sight you think farmers wouldn't personally see to the needs of these reptiles in the belief that they're holy and sacred for their prosperity, a belief that dates back to the 1500s when the region experienced severe drought and a mythical crocodile paved the way and guided all the locals. Farmers and cow mothers are very protective and possessive of their cats and are quick to attack them when the farm owners come near them to tag the cubs with fresh water streams nearby and thus help in their fields. After the weekend, we found out that the ranch owners have come up with a solution to this problem and now are using this red intelligent horse to help protect their horses from their mother cows they own. This red intelligent horse has done a great job of keeping the cows away from the farm manager.